Hello, folks. What I'm holding in my hand here is a copy of the Irish Dresser and Folklore calendar from 2021. This is the second print of it. Our first print completely sold out, so we got a reprint during the week. So basically, this is a little publication. Really, it's a calendar, but really, in some ways, it's a publication because it's more than just a calendar. It's a body of research that I would have conducted myself over the last 5 years. So the calendar itself contains photographs of dressers, their stories, their owners, as well as some folklore dates. And the body of research took part between 2015 and 2017, where I travelled the roads of Ireland documenting dressers, their owners, and the stories behind them. This is my own grandmother here in our dresser here in County Wexford in the 1970s, and this here is in the noughties. And as you turn the first page, you have a little essay or a little description about why I did it and the reason why I did it. And then down the bottom here, there's actually quotes from two of the partners I worked with. I worked with the National Museum in Country Life up in Mayo. This is Rosa Mean, one of the curators there. And Cliona O'Carroll down in the Folklore Department in UCC. She wrote a lovely essay for when we did the project originally. So all these photographs are sitting on my hard drive here at home, and I wanted to turn it into something physical. So the idea of a calendar rather than a book was I toyed with that idea, and I decided with the calendar because I like the idea of having a dresser per month. So as you can see, every month you turn, this is January, so we've got it in Irish and we've got it in English. We've got a photograph of the dresser. We've got Nora Seville here. This is the woman's dresser up in County Mayo. It's a gorgeous dresser made by one of our uncles. Lovely detail up here. And you have the story about who made the dresser, when it was made. But one of the things which I want to point out to you as well is that I didn't want just a calendar with blank dates in it, because for the last 20 years I've been working collecting folklore up and down the length and breadth of the country, and the idea of sharing them and getting conversations regarding our customs and our traditions and who we are and where we're coming from and all those little things that make us who we are and anchor us into where we are in Ireland. So I'll have things like decorations come down after Christmas, the evenings get longer, little dates where you mentioned Little Christmas or Nullig them on, or little things about the first footing. Even in here, when you come down to the end of the 31st, you will have things like you gather your rushes for to make your St. Bridget's crosses on St. Bridget's Day, or leave out your brat breed. And every month as you turn, you basically get a new dresser, you get a new story, and you get a whole new series of dates. And that's the other thing as well, I suppose. We'll have very traditional Irish dates. You'll have Imbolg and you'll have St. Bridget's Day. You'll have lovely things here around Shrove Tuesday or Pancake Tuesday. And even things that are not widespread, but still done in parts. I've recorded accounts here in Wexford and Newfoundland of putting rings and money in pancakes. So little divination games that are important associated with certain traditions. And also really important as well, even things like for all the new communities and new people living in Ireland. It's a big day for the Chinese community here in Ireland. It's the Chinese New Year. So there's per page, and as you can see, just technically, just pointed out, you can just have little dots up here where you can hang the calendar. Just turn it over like that, right? So it's a gorgeous colour, gorgeous print, and a gorgeous paper as well, by the way. And again, each day you turn, you go Tipperary now from County Wexford, and again you'll have things here like St. Patrick's Day. The only place I give a little bit of a shout out to was Newfoundland, because I suppose it's an extension of Ireland, and it's Sheila's Day. Sheila's Day was a big day over there. And even little verses here like March winds and April showers bring forth May flowers. So little information on that, and you just literally flick through and you'll find out this is Mick Sullivan's dresser. And even a date here like about being a cuckoo farmer. That's a little story I would have heard over the years. So your last chance to get your crops in, or else you'd be called a cuckoo farmer. And these will register with some people around the country, and it's a lovely way as well of getting those dates and those seasons and those little things that were important, especially for many country people in particular, to getting them back into circulation again and getting them back into conversation. So here are more dressers. So you'll have this is wedding present dressers, a load of wedding present dressers. That's lovely. Even little dates here about not whitewashing and made, right? Because you wash all your luck away. Even marking the dates at the start of summer, collecting nettles to make nettle soup, and all things like as well putting up your maybush, things like that. That are so they're so important to so many of us in certain counties. So there you go. So I'm just going to flick through it. So there's just little details of dressers. Now, to be fair, I would have hundreds of photographs of those of each dresser, but I just picked the one that would give you a good sense of it. And what I love, actually, if you can see it yourself here in the detail here, you can see a lot of the dressers actually had calendars beside them. Oh, here's one. Here's for Adamstown Tires. So they are important. And what's lovely as well is you get the modern take. This is the new dresser, but it was made in 1950 something. So new in the scheme of things. And lovely things here. Gorgeous. Another wedding present dresser here from County Carlow. So you go through it, and all the dates are there. The full moon dates are marked in. And you go through September, and little places where where the autumn equinox is marked in. little bits of information, harvest stances. You won't be bored basically when you turn a page, because there'll be something there that will keep you interested. Things around Halloween, all our Halloween traditions, all traditions around picking blackberries are coming up to the end of October, and making called cannon, and even the Irish word Derrifore is the Irish for October, and means the end of harvest. Little things like that I kind of, just little bits that I picked up. And even just sometimes the photographs, never lose sight of the photographs as well. For me, this is a man's dresser. It's Dennis Mullen's dresser. Dennis had passed away about a year before I took this photograph, and it's just a gorgeous capture. The house is completely changed now, and I think the dresser has got a lick of paint, but it's just lovely. You can look at that photograph and you can see a single man there. I can just see a single man there. I can see the cuffs which way they're facing, the old fashioned flashlight, the hat for when you'd wear it to GAA matches, the Child of Prague, that kind of stuff. Lovely stuff. And it's not about the idea of these fancy dressers. It's about the actual how important these were in people's lives and in people's kitchens. And you just turn over then, and we come to Christmas, and here's Anna or Brian's dresser in County Tipperary, and again loads of lovely things. And even to point out things as well, again, back to this thing, it's the Feast of St. Nicholas, for many people from Eastern European countries in Ireland. And to jot in dates like that are important, because this is St. Nicholas Day or St. Nicholas Eve, and a lot of people here are from Slovenia and different countries, Slovakia, would celebrate these days, and even Holland and places like that. And again, little reference to the things we did in Ireland, things we do, and also new communities as well. So lovely, lovely, lovely things here, I think anyway. But I would say that. And at the very back of it actually is my own mother. I took this about a month and a half before she passed away in front of her dresser. So that's a little photograph of her, and all the little information about who helped me out, and all the different people, different local authorities, and the National Museum and UCC who are all behind the project. So there you have it. It's called the Irish Dresser and Folklore Calendar. You can order one over on thedresserproject.ie. I'll put the name up on the screen here, thedresserproject.ie. You can pay by credit card, through PayPal, or if you want to go through postal order or check, you can pay by postal order or check the old-fashioned way. And I'll give you my details in this video, so you can contact me if you have any problems. So that's it. That's a lovely project. And as you can see in the background over there behind me, or behind the calendar, you can see my own dresser. That's a Mayo dresser that a man. I got it from a man in Mayo when I was documenting the project in 2015. So it's a gorgeous. You can see there's different styles. You can see the lovely shoulders on the Mayo dresser. And again, that was a wedding present dresser made in the 1890s. And the man had it out in his shed, and he gave it to me as part of the project. So this is a lovely little publication, and it's more than just a calendar. And it would be an ideal present, and for young or for old. If you don't have a dresser in your house, get this, and you'll have a dresser in your kitchen. And again, those little important dates. Little folklore dates are really important, and I tell you what, we all need to be able to turn a leaf on 2020 and move on to 2021, and give us some hope and a little bit of vision. So again, thanks a million, and I'd really appreciate your support.